Hi students, today we are going to discuss about TCA cycle, important essay question, 5 mark question, very short notes, MCQ, anything can come from this TCA cycle. You already read in your higher secondary school, but in first year, how to write the essay question, how to write the 5 mark questions, what are all the short notes repeatedly asking, possibilities of MCQs, like that we are going to. First one is overview of TCA cycle. With this overview only, it will be easy for you, right? So the first one is usually introduction. In this introduction, I am giving only 3 or 4 points, right? First one is you all know that TCA cycle meant for ATP production. Second one is from this TCA cycle, you are getting so many products which will be going out, or some products which will be entering into the TCA cycle for the purpose of ATP synthesis. Third one is it is a common oxidative pathway. That means the major compounds, that is carbohydrate, lipids and proteins, finally enters into the TCA cycle for the production of ATPs. That is meaning of common oxidative pathway for the production of energy, ATP. Next one is the special characters for this TCA cycle is amphibolic pathway and anaplerotic reactions. We will discuss in the separate video for this anaplerotic reactions and amphibolic pathway, because that is you are repeatedly asking 5 mark question. Okay, either anaplerotic reactions or amphibolic pathway. So this is the introduction for TCA cycle. Second one is usually what is the site, what is the location. It is present in all the cells, especially in the mitochondrial matrix. Very, very important. You should be carefully writing about the word mitochondrial matrix. Okay, in the inner membrane of the that is mitochondria. Next one is reactions. Like glycolysis, there are 10 reactions, 10 steps. Like that here, 1 plus 8 steps. Why I am telling 1 plus 8 means usually TCA cycle starts from acetyl-CoA condensed with oxaloacetate and produces citrate. This is the first step. So you should mention about the acetyl-CoA, where it is coming from. The end product of pyruvate, which is converted into acetyl-CoA with the help of PDH, pyruvate dehydrogenase. This pyruvate is converted into acetyl-CoA. This acetyl-CoA enters into the TCA cycle. That is why acetyl-CoA is the initial product for TCA cycle. That is the first reaction, conversion of pyruvate to acetyl-CoA. Then acetyl-CoA combined with the oxaloacetate produces citrate is the second. Like that, you are having 1 plus 8, 9 steps, right? 9 reactions. Next one is after this pathway, what are all the regulatory points or regulatory enzymes of this TCA cycle? We have actually 3 plus 1, that is PDH is the number 1 enzyme. Then we are having exclusively 3 enzymes in the TCA cycle pathway. That is why 4 enzymes. Usually regulation means you have to mention about the allosteric, that is activators as well as inhibitors, which is activating the TCA cycle or which is inhibiting the TCA cycle. Both you should mention. That is called allosteric regulation. Next one is, you know that hormonal regulation. Which hormone stimulates the TCA cycle, which hormone inhibits the TCA cycle. Next one is, here in TCA cycle, energetic means only ATP production. So how many ATPs are synthesized? In which step produces ATP? Or NADH, FADH are directly ATP. Like that you have to mention about the energetics. We will have a separate video for this energetics of TCA cycle. Okay. Next one is, what is the role of some vitamins, coenzymes, cofactors involved in TCA cycle? Some rarely asking some MCQs. Vitamins means B1 thiamine pyrophosphate, B2 riboflavin, B3 niacin, and the B6 pantothenic acid. Sorry, B5 pantothenic acid. These 4 are the vitamins involved in TCA cycle. Coming to the coenzyme means you all know pantothenic acid, CoA. The last one is some cofactors also needed for this TCA cycle, magnesium and manganese. Right? This is for MCQ purpose only. Next is amphibolic nature. That means this reaction is having both anabolic reactions as well as catabolic reactions. You have to give some examples for anabolic as well as catabolic reactions. Then anaplerosis means filling up reaction. There will be no gap in the TCA cycle. So available product enters into the TCA cycle to for the continuation of the TCA cycle, filling up reactions. For this also you have to give 1 or 2 examples, because this is your 5-mark question. Minimum you have to give 2 reactions for this filling up reactions. Next one is, what is the link between TCA cycle and glycolysis? Already I told you the end product is pyruvate, which will be converted into acetyl-CoA. Acetyl-CoA is the starting material for TCA cycle. Okay. The next one is inhibitors. Usually for any pathway we have some inhibitors also. Here we are having 3 inhibitors in the 3 steps. This is very, very important MCQ point. The first one is fluoroacetate, which inhibits the aconitase enzyme in the step 2. You have to clearly mention about the inhibitor name, enzyme name, step name, number. So in the second step, the enzyme name is aconitase, which will be inhibited by fluoroacetate. Second one is arsenate. This chemical inhibits the alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase in the step 4. Last one is malonate, which is inhibiting the succinate dehydrogenase in the step number 5. Like that, you have to mention all the points, that is step number, reaction number, enzyme name, inhibitor name. Okay. Next video, we are going to discuss about regulation and energetics of TCA cycle. After that, amphibolic reactions and anaplerotic reactions. Okay.